All right, team. Sean, this one's going to be for you. You played really, really well in these finals. At least defensively, you made some huge saves. We're going to look at your positioning in between. Obviously, when I'm watching from director cam, I mostly just see who's on the ball. But you had some really good saves overall. This is from the fourth game of the series. We lost this 1-0 to 1. It was really close. I think we had some shots we could have put in at the end. But we'll watch it from your perspective, see how it goes. Your camera settings throw me off every time. You're so high. That's fine. I like that you turned on that ball. You could go off the ceiling and follow that. You can't just pop it to them and leave it. Yeah, I forgot that I have to like hide that in order to see your card. But that is a little bit on you. We'll go back to that one more time. We'll just watch the whole thing again. What it's gonna offer. So Colin kind of misses that. I think you need to like not hit that. I think you can position yourself over here. Wait for that person to make their touch into you. Maybe you could 50 it back to the corner. But even right here, you just need to turn on the ceiling. And you could jump and flip. Or just jump and fall on it and 50. I know you have no boost. You had 12 at some point. You could have saved that and done something with it. You just can't afford to pass this one like that. Yeah, and just goes in off that. I'd recommend you learning a better kickoff than just a front flip. This kickoff used to be great, but now that speed flips exist, this kickoff sucks. That is not an ideal kickoff for us. You just gotta learn how to speed flip, or you gotta do a wave dash kickoff. Unfortunately, you got down low, but good save. You just gotta practice that when this happens. You just have to swing out wider and turn in sooner. Like just trust yourself, and then you can catch it, or you can hit it on the side of your card to pop it and follow it. I know that's what you tried and you just messed up, but you can't afford to mess up like that. Luckily, Colin was there. Try. You didn't have the boost to do this. I'd recommend just going for bumps. I'm sure you just didn't realize, but you're going to want to be rotating out anyway. It would be a lot better to just get a bump on this dude and grab this boost. Look for bumps on your way out. I think overall our entire team could do that a little bit more. You have to be swinging out wide here. You have 100 boost. You need to be moving this way. We can't all be bunched up on the same side. We gotta have at least one person on the other side in case that ball swings around or something. Like that, you probably down for Colin. I think you got caught watching a little bit. I think he might be able to pass this back to you. So I'll cut you some slack. You might have been able to go to card cam and get the demo on the guy. But you chased for a little bit too long there. I think at this point you need to see, oh, I'm not going to be able to catch up to that. You can maybe drive at him and just kind of scare him a little bit and then turn and grab that boost. Because this is going to be the back post now. This is going to be the weak side. We got to rotate weak side. Because now if you were rotating out weak side this whole time, you would have had a much better angle on this ball. But it is a good touch. You maybe could have, instead of trying to beat him, like caught this on your car and like cut it to the right. But this is okay. If that was on net, it would have been in. Oh, actually, never mind. Just unfortunate that Garrett didn't get that bump. The play was alright. I think this does look like you would be able to score it. Honestly, you might have been able to if you hit the ball dead center and shot top left. You might have scored it. So never mind. You just could have placed it a little bit better. This is good. I like that. It was a good attempt. Yeah, I was scared at least. You might have been able to just go for that ball even with 0 boost. Try to flip it somewhere. Luckily, they kind of messed up. Okay, don't jump like this. When you're challenging this, you're doing good. Jump on the, go up the wall and be pointing straight up and down. Hover here, because they have 2 options. They can either pop out and go for an air dribble, or they can wrap it around the wall. And if they wrap it around the wall, you're still on the wall to stop them. And if they pop out, you can double jump off the wall. If they go really high, you can drive up to the ceiling and challenge them on the ceiling. Don't just jump here and commit before they even made their move from trying to pre-jump them. Because if you do that, you're throwing yourself completely out of the play. You have nobody to support you in this instance. You have to just shadow and react. Because now they can react to you. And they get a huge offensive possession out of it. And you didn't get a single pad on your way back. Look at all these wonderful pads that you could get. Especially these. And then you're rotating back post rather than into the net. You gotta have a better rotation than that. And now you can't do anything on this ball. I mean, I guess that's all you can do. But you could have done a lot more. Oh, when you gotta rotate out. This is why we're stuck on defense. You make your move. You land here. You go to car cam. You look to see if you can bump this guy. You kind of drive it in, maybe make him jump, rotate in, maybe bump this guy. Grab these pads. You're rotating around here. And look who's here to make this save. It's you with a lot of boost. But that save is crazy. I remember watching that live and freaking out. But looking back on it, it's like you didn't need to do that. You would have just rotated back post. And you're there for that one too. Now that one was great. That one was perfect. This is another situation. You already have someone on back post. So what do? You drive towards them to force them up the wall. And then you drive here and you get boost. And you come back around. You keep the rotation going. You have to claim space, grab boost. We can't just clump up on defense like this. And back into net. Like, what are we doing right now? We get any boost. You might have been able to, like, as soon as they touch that, flip to the wall, drive up the wall, and, like, meet this at the wall. And now you're hitting it this way. Because you don't know if you pass it, if you hit this off the corner hard towards midfield, it's just a jump ball to whoever. You don't know if your team's there. You don't know if your opponents are there. You have no idea. And odds are, with how much we've been on defense and how little boost everybody has, they're the ones who are going to be there, not us. Ooh. That's good force. Grab pads. Flip towards the big boost. You didn't really need to flip there. You could have just been grabbing pads instead. You can't go for this ball. You just have to know that Panzer is going to hit it again. You just have to maybe come around this side and like shadow. Maybe you can go snag that big boost from Bean before he gets it. This isn't really forcing much at all. He was going to do that regardless. Now they get a great offensive possession because of it. I like that positioning. Unfortunately, that didn't go in. That was a really good shot. You had to put a top net, and you just barely missed it. Like this. Yep, switch of them. You didn't need to go this deep into that. You just want to turn here, make sure that he goes in front of you, and then you have to turn and follow him. Holland's getting back post. You have to turn and support him. But you turn it to net, and you get demoed for it. I'm okay with that. You almost got the touch. Decent recovery. Grab pads. This is fine now. Somebody's got to be there though. I wondered if it was you. It is you. Whoa. You need to grab pad and turn in this play. It maybe could have been Garrett as well, but try to stay in the play as much as you can.
60 seconds left on the clock.
That's a very good try. I think your first touch could have been better.
Left on the clock.
But I like the idea of popping in, going for a little hook shot. I think, no, this is fine. What I was looking at is sometimes on defense, as you're rotating back post, you can turn out this way and you get a better shot on the ball when the ball comes across hard, but you had to be there just in case it ended up being a pass. So I'm okay with that.
30 seconds left on the clock.
You didn't need to flip, you're already supersonic. In these situations, when the ball stops and your teammate's about a challenge, in these situations right here, go for the car, not the ball. The ball stopped. It's going to be a perfect setup. Imagine if this was a pass. Imagine if Bean just wasn't here and Garrett just saw this ball floating here. That's such a good setup with Colin and deep for a pass or just a single solo play setup. So just go for the car instead. He's such an easy target. I think instead of front flipping, if you side flip, you land on the wall and you also keep the ball a little bit closer, and then you might be able to follow up rather than just trying to hit it as hard as you can every time. I know we're a little panicked with a little time on the clock. Oh, and I think Garrett could have scored that and Colin could have scored that. I mean, you just had to keep it up. That's a tough game to watch. But yeah, what you need to do a lot more of, I know we talked about rotating back post. You're not rotating front post too much. It's just in those scramble situations. You have to just drive forward and get those pads. You have to claim as much space as you can. I think that's the biggest thing holding you back. Your mechanics are very good. You're very good at shooting and getting power on it. You just need to be able to rotate better and get pads and go back post. If you work on that, you're just going to see wins just fall in your lap. But overall, I think you played really well this series. You had a lot of really good touches. And you had that crazy squishy save with 0 boost, and then you recovered for the next one to save it again. Like, when you're in net, you're good at reading what your opponents want to do. You just got to rotate back post. It's going to make it so much easier. And you'll have way more boost to work with afterwards. So, but yeah, good stuff. Hopefully we play well in this last chance qualifier.